Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. We continue to watch Tropical Storm Don right in the middle of the Atlantic. You look at this map, this is the sea surface temperature anomaly. So really what we're doing, we're looking at whether the water temperatures are warmer or cooler than average. And what you notice when you look at this, there's a lot of above average water temperatures. Very warm across the entire Atlantic, into the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico. You see this one little pocket of some cooler water near Don. But other than that, it's a lot of warm water in place. So as we head through the next couple of weeks, heading towards August, that's when we really start to get a sense of what kind of a hurricane season we may end up having. Because remember, we're still early on in the season, so you don't want to put a whole lot of judgment on what we have seen so far. Here's Tropical Storm Don. Been tracking this for several days as it just works these loops out in the middle of the Atlantic. Right now, top winds are at 50 miles an hour. It's currently moving towards the west-northwest at 10 miles an hour. And that forecast track really hasn't changed much over the past several days. It will just continue to do some of these loops out in the middle of the Atlantic as it works its way to the north, starting to work its way over some cooler waters once again. So as we head through the weekend and into the first part of next week, looks like this will weaken once again, and we'll see if it survives, but that could be the end of Don. But the nice thing is it's been working its way over open waters, so not bothering anybody at all. That wind shear will start to increase as well as it works its way on towards the north. But for now, it's in an area with that lower wind shear. That's something we've been talking about this season, the strong wind shear across a good portion of the Atlantic. We're starting to see that weaken now. So you see this one area right there? That's that next area that we're going to watch over the next several days. That has now been classified as Invest 95 by the Hurricane Center. That will continue to work its way towards the west over the next several days. Now, it is dealing with some of this dry air, and you see this brown shade. That is that dry Saharan air, that dust in the atmosphere. So we'll have to contend with some of that, but it does look like conditions are at least somewhat favorable over the next several days, and it stays far enough to the south that it won't be dealing with a whole lot of that we could see some more development. So does this become our next tropical depression? Certainly could. Now in the short term, probably not going to see that. You see about that 20% chance of some development, but a little bit higher chance as we head through the next 7 days. So that is something that we will watch. Here it is on the Fox model, highlighting that area. Not a whole lot of development, but maybe some slow development as we head through the weekend and into next week as it continues basically on that westward track. It looks like heading towards the Caribbean as we head into the middle of next week. So we'll continue to watch this, and we will keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.